worked with the same group of people, and everything was on the unders. We did things in taxis. I used to take rides in taxis. When I learned the taxi game, that the homies had homies that drove taxis, and you could call them and they knew what you were doing, and you just kicked them an extra 10 or 20 bucks and they were cool with it, because the main head honcho that was supplying all of us, that was his cab company. I don't know if they're still around. I don't know if the owner's the same. I doubt it's the same owners, because it was an older dude back then in the 60s. But those were the guys, and they would pick me up and they would run me here and there sometimes when I didn't have a car, when I was 16, 17 years old. So off and on, I sold drugs. I dealt drugs for 18 years. When I say off and on, because I went to jail in 96. I got out in 97. And then about another year later, I was back in heavy. This time, I was basically what you would call hitting my prime, because my prime was 2000. My prime was like 2000 to maybe 2007, 2008. I had a really good stretch there when it came to making money in the street and came to making money on my music. When I sold my music, we did it out of the trunk. I had guys in backpacks out there slanging my stuff. I had my stuff in Tower Records. I kept a box with me wherever I went. I approached people at the malls. I approached people on the streets who were slanging them 10 bucks a pop, doing it the old school way and making money. One Saturday and Sunday evening, summer 2003, my homeboy Oscar and my brother Ruben wanted to help I said, I need a street team. They wanted to help get my stuff out. They seen I just got a package of CDs and shit, right? A bunch of them. 3 different albums. Actually 4. Had 3 of mine and the one compilation we did, the TFL compilation, TFL Entertainment. And they went out with 30 each in each backpack. In 2 days, they sold them all. I gave them extra money to get something to eat. They went walking. They did this walking with ice water and food here and there and snacks. In the fucking 105 degrees, dude. They were out there slanging them. That's the kind of street team I had. It was brief, but it was dope. In 2 days, they sold 60 discs at $10 a pop. They handed me $600. That happened a bunch of times. Not to mention the money I was getting from Tower. Not to mention the money that I got for signing with the Row when I did was a few $1,000s. I'm not going to get out here and say the amount, but it was a nice chunk. I already had that and more in the motherfucking bank at the time. So it wasn't nothing to me. But I'm not going to turn it down. If the Row wants to sign me and give me a little bit of money too, hey. Did I know it was going to fall apart? Did I know I was going to get nowhere with them? Did I know SUGE was going to go back to prison 2 months later? No, none of us did. But the fact that we had that opportunity was gold. I met a lot of people, was in a few back rooms, heard a lot of conversations, learned a lot about the music business, believe it or not. But see, the thing about the music business and the thing about rappers nowadays, they don't believe nothing you say if you don't got pictures or video of it. But see, the era, they mistake the era they're from for the generation where I come from, where we weren't starstruck like that when we met famous people. I met Too Short twice, no pictures with him. Shook his hand, let him know how I felt about him. The second time he knew who I was. Actually met him 3 times. Once in LA, once in Pozo, and once in Fresno. And, you know what I'm saying? Met SUGE, no pictures. Partly because at the time when we met him, he didn't allow anybody with any cameras inside Death Row. So we couldn't get a picture with him in there. The lawyers did, but no rappers could. We were told the next time we came down, he would gladly take pictures with us. Which I would have been, you know, it's Suge Knight, man. Regardless of whatever you say about him, the dude did something that not many people accomplished. And everybody threw him under the bus for the way that he got people out of contracts, the way he went about business to help people. This is turning into something else, but you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy when it comes to this generation. Like, my generation, we didn't record stuff. You didn't say much. If you saw something, you kept it to yourself, right? So these youngsters now and the people now, when you tell them, hey man, you know, I know the music business, I can help you out or whatever, nobody wants to pay you for it. They want everything free. And then when you give up some stuff, they act like you didn't give them anything. They act like you didn't teach them anything. And they act like, in a sense, like they don't know you. And that's fine. That's okay. People don't got to hold your hand. They don't got to lick your ass and lick your fucking balls if you did something for them and you helped them out. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's just weird. It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? This generation wants to show everything. And in reality, they don't got much. They don't got no respect. Nobody knows who the fuck they are. Nobody knew who the fuck they were until they started rapping. Right? There's a lot of guys that were well known by a lot of people for whatever they're about before they were rappers. Those are people that are really from that life, right? It could be any life, but when it comes to street life, it's a lot of things. It's gangs, it's pimps, it's prostitutes, right? It's robbers, it's cops, it's drug addicts, it's psychiatric fucking ward cases. It's a lot of shit out there.